Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make the famous double fromage cheesecake from Hokkaido. This cheesecake consists of 3 layers. The bottom one is sponge cake. The center is made of a layer of cheesecake, topped with a thick layer of mascarpone cheese cream. Remember to subscribe to my channel for recipe of many other kinds of yummy food. Let's look at the ingredients now. For full recipe, please refer to the description underneath the video. The recipe requires 3 4-inch baking pan with removable bottom. Refer to the instructions in recipe for how to adjust the ingredients for 1 6-inch or 1 8-inch baking pan. Trace and cut out circles of parchment paper to fit the bottom of baking pan. Cut out thick parchment paper strips to fit the side of baking pans. Spray and brush inside with oil. And fit the parchment paper circles and strip inside the baking pans. Let's prepare the sponge cake now. Measure cake flour and sugar. Sift cake flour onto a sheet of parchment paper. The baking temperature of sponge cake is 350 Fahrenheit, so I would preheat at 375 because when I open the oven door, the temperature would drop to 350. Sponge cake, you can beat whole eggs with sugar, but I found separating egg whites and beat the egg whites first saves a lot of time. Beat egg whites at high speed first. Add sugar gradually from the side. Change to medium speed after adding sugar and continue to beat until soft peaks, then add the egg yolks. One by one, at medium speed. Beat briefly to incorporate the egg whites and yolks together. Add half of the flour, then beat for a few seconds. Pour the batter into a bowl, then add the rest of flour. Using a spatula, fold gently the batter and flour together while turning the bowl. Pour the batter evenly into 3 4-inch baking pans. Tap the baking pan on counter to remove bubbles, then bake at 350 Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Remove the cakes from oven. The toothpick will come out clean if the cake is cooked. Let the sponge cakes cool down on rack. I would use Philadelphia cream cheese for the cheesecake and 33% whipping cream. Measure ingredients now. Place cream cheese at room temperature into a blender with sugar. Add whipping cream and blend together. Add flour and eggs, then blend well. Sieve the mixture using a strainer to remove any crumbs. Refrigerate the mixture for 30 minutes. Temperature for baking the cheesecake is 300 Fahrenheit, so I preheat the oven to 325. Remove the sponge cake from the cake pan. Tear off the parchment paper on side, but keep the one on the bottom. Using a cake divider or a knife to cut off the top part of the cake, leaving the thickness of bottom be around half an inch. Save the top part of the sponge cake. Line the inside of the cake pan with parchment paper again, then place the bottom part of sponge cake into it. Pour the refrigerated cream cheese mixture into the cake pans. Bake for 25 minutes at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove the cheesecakes from oven. Let the cheesecake cool down on rack. Let's prepare the mascarpone cheese cream now. Add gelatin into a small bowl of water. Place it in a small pot of simmering water to melt the gelatin. Measure mascarpone cheese, sugar and egg yolks. Place the mascarpone cheese into a blender. Add sugar, then blend well. Add gelatin water, then blend. My machine can actually cook while blending. Add the egg yolks. Cook the mixture to 73 degrees Celsius, which is the food-safe temperature for eggs. Continuing to blend the mixture at low speed to prevent the eggs being cooked into solid. You may also whisk and cook the mixture until 73 degrees Celsius in a pot of steaming water at low heat. Measure the cold whipping cream now. Beat the whipping cream using a handheld beater until it's fluffy and firm but not too stiff. Add the completely cooled down mascarpone cheese mixture into the whipped cream. Fold to incorporate. Pour the cheese cream into the 3 cakes evenly. Save about 30 grams of the cheese cream. Smooth out the top. Refrigerate the cheesecake for at least 5 hours or overnight. Remove the cheesecake from fridge when it's ready. Cut off the side of the saved sponge cake tops. Scrape off the top as well. Place the sponge cake tops into a blender and blend them into cake crumbs. Remove the cheesecake from the cake pans. Peel off the parchment paper. Whisk and soften the small amount of cheese cream and spread it onto the sponge cake pot. Pour and spread cake crumbs onto the entire cake. The homemade double fromage cheesecake from Hokkaido is now ready to serve. Enjoy! This yummy cheesecake would make a perfect gift for your friends and family as well.